Hey, what's up? This is CJ. We're talking NFL divisional playoffs, week 2, January 14th and 15th, 2012. The games are San Francisco and New Orleans, Denver Broncos and New England Patriots, Houston Texans and Baltimore Ravens, New York Giants and Green Bay Packers. Well, before we talk about those games, we'll talk about my picks from last week, starting out with the Houston and Cincinnati game. I had Houston favored in that one. The spread was 3.5. I said that they would cover that. They did. The total amount of points was 38.5. I picked under. It was over. The Saints and Lions. The Saints were favored by 10.5. I had the Saints winning it, which they did. They covered the spread. And when the total amount of points was 59.5, I said it would be under. It was over. The next day, I got killed on Sunday. The Giants and Falcons. I had the Falcons winning that game. They didn't. 47.5 total points. I said it would be over. It was under. And then the Denver Broncos and Pittsburgh Steelers. I think most people thought the Steelers were going to win that game. ESPN the day before was their big headline on SportsCenter all day was, is Tebow going to get benched? And ultimately, the Denver Broncos prevailed. They beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. So here we are, week 2. Starting out with the New Orleans Saints and San Francisco 49ers. Now, the Niners in this game, this is an interesting game here because the Niners are playing at home, but they're an underdog by 3.5 points to the Saints. I actually like the Niners in this one, so I think the Niners are going to win, and the 47.5 total points I think will be over. So I'm predicting that the San Francisco 49ers will win, and the total amount of points being scored in this game will be over 47.5. Now, the New England Patriots and the Denver Broncos, this is an intriguing game for a lot of people around the country, but not too intriguing for me. And I know I picked against Tebow last week, but I don't think it's going to be too much of a game. I think the Patriots are going to be able to handle the Broncos. And then I think the 13.5 point spread there that the New England Patriots are favored by, I think they will cover. The 50.5 points, I think it's going to be under. I think it'll be under the 50.5. The Baltimore Ravens and the Houston Texans. Last week, Houston won. They looked pretty good doing it. The Baltimore Ravens have been somewhat consistent throughout the year. They are known for their tough defense. Certainly, they've had injuries, but who hasn't really? The Houston and Baltimore game, the Baltimore Ravens are favored by 7.5 points. I think the Baltimore Ravens ultimately will win this game, but I don't think they're going to win by the 7.5 point spread. I think that they will win, but they won't cover the 7.5 points. The 36 total points being scored, I'm going to go over. I think it's going to be more than the 36. The Green Bay Packers and New York Giants games being played at Green Bay at Lambeau Field. The Green Bay Packers are favored by 7.5. I believe that they will cover that spread. They will win the game. And I believe that there's going to be more than 52.5 total points scored in this game. So the total is 52.5. I think it'll be over. So those are my picks for this week, week 2, the divisional playoffs. We'll see what happens. Hopefully there's some good games. The big Tebow mania this week's been pretty incredible. So we'll see how far Tim Tebow can take these Broncos. But I look for them to be done as of tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. And follow me on Twitter at CJ Hoffa.